You wake up thinking consistency earns loyalty, but you find out the hard way that someone you trusted only stood with you because it benefited them. You give honesty and they give convenience. You fight battles for them and they vanish when it is your turn to bleed. This is the cruelty of human nature. Loyalty is rarely a promise, it is usually a transaction. The world splits into two types of people: those who understand how loyalty is weaponized and those who get blindsided by it. Those who watch patterns and those who fall for words. Those who study power survive, and those who survive eventually dominate. This is law 2 in motion. This is the truth behind every betrayal you never saw coming. This is the psychology of people who smile at you while calculating what they can extract. This is the quiet intelligence that listens more than it speaks and sees the tiny cracks in every relationship. But before you panic, hear this clearly. Knowing these laws is not about harming anyone. It is about defending yourself in a world where predators already understand the rules. You deserve the same armor. Because once you understand these red flags, you stop begging for loyalty and start commanding respect. Type in the comments, "I choose power over permission." Now let me show you the 7 signs that separate real allies from those who will fold the moment your usefulness fades. Some individuals stay close to you only when the path is smooth. Their support is easy, because it demands nothing from them. The moment the situation asks for courage, effort, or sacrifice, their presence fades like it was never real. You start seeing that their loyalty was never about who you are. It was about what you provided at the moment. You notice this in small ways, long before the big moments reveal the truth. You notice how they respond when you need help that takes more than a few minutes. You notice how they only reach out when your life looks stable or when your success benefits them. They stay loyal as long as the cost is low. Once pressure shows up, their connection weakens because it was built on comfort, not commitment. This type of loyalty shows up in work, friendships, and family. A co-worker praises you when the team is winning but stays silent when the spotlight turns rough. A friend laughs with you but disappears the moment you face a difficult season. A family member supports you as long as you stay predictable. It is loyalty shaped by convenience, not genuine respect. You start to understand that real loyalty is revealed in uncomfortable spaces. When things go wrong, when you stand alone, when standing beside you might create trouble for them, the convenient person will always choose the easy exit. The loyal person will choose you even when it is inconvenient. This lesson is not meant to make you cold. It is meant to make you aware. You stop relying on words and start paying attention to consistent actions. Once you learn this pattern, you stop feeling surprised when someone steps back the moment life becomes heavy. You start building your trust on behavior, not promises. Some people get close to you, not out of care, but out of curiosity. They listen a little too hard when you speak about struggles. They lean in when you talk about fears, mistakes, or private doubts. They ask pointed questions that sound supportive, yet something in their tone feels slightly off. It feels less like concern and more like collection. They gather details the way others gather tools, holding your vulnerabilities in quiet storage. Fake loyalty often shows itself through this type of interest. It does not shout. It does not brag, it studies. It watches how you react to pressure. It notices what triggers you. It remembers the stories you share when you are tired or hurting. The surface looks friendly, but the intention behind it is not clean. This is where Law 33 becomes clear, because it teaches you to notice who seeks knowledge out of respect and who seeks it for advantage. When you step back and look closely, the pattern becomes easy to see. The genuine friend listens without digging. They allow you to speak at your pace. They do not rush into your private spaces. The fake friend does the opposite. They want access to the soft spots you rarely show. They want emotional shortcuts, because information equals control. You sometimes realize their interest only benefits them. When conflict appears, they know exactly where to press. When their mood shifts, they know which memory to highlight to weaken your confidence. None of this comes from love. It comes from leverage. Learning this lesson does not turn you cold. It turns you careful. You start sharing slowly. You start paying attention to intention. You stop handing out personal details to anyone who offers a shoulder. You understand that your weakness becomes power in the wrong hands, and the wise person protects it. Some people stay close to you only while you remain in a place that feels safe for them. As long as you are not outgrowing them, they act warm, supportive, and encouraging. They clap for your small wins, offer advice, and speak like they want the best for you. But when your life starts moving upward, something in their behavior shifts. Their energy grows distant. Their tone loses excitement. The closeness fades without a clear reason. You learn quickly that not everyone wants your evolution. Some want you steady, predictable, and comfortably below their level. Your growth creates pressure inside them, even if you never asked for anything. When you rise, they feel exposed. When you progress, they feel replaced. Your improvement reminds them of their own stagnation, and that discomfort pushes them away from you. It becomes clear in small moments. They stop asking about your goals. They avoid topics that highlight your progress. They downplay your achievements or label them as lucky. They may not attack you openly, but they no longer stand beside you. Their silence during your rise reveals what their cheers during your struggle tried to hide. The truth is simple. Your elevation forces people to show who they always were. Those who saw you as competition pretend they are busy. Those who wanted you beneath them quietly step back. Those who only felt strong when you felt weak lose their sense of comfort. But this lesson is not meant to make you bitter. It is meant to make you aware of who deserves access to your future. You stop chasing approval from those who leave when you grow. You start valuing the ones who support you without fear, jealousy, or hidden pressure. You learn that real allies rise with you, not away from you. Some people do not earn closeness through honesty. They create it by copying you. They match your tone, your jokes, your opinions, even your habits. They mirror your reactions in conversations, acting like they understand you on a deep level. It feels natural at first, almost comforting, because it creates the sense that you have found someone who truly gets you. But over time, the pattern starts to feel too perfect. Their agreement is too quick. Their interest is too shaped around your identity, not their own. This is emotional camouflage. It is a tactic used to lower your guard. It builds a fast bond, not because the connection is real, but because similarity makes you feel safe. This is where Law 27 gets twisted. Instead of using belief to inspire others, the manipulative person uses imitation to create false closeness. They study your rhythm, mirror it, and then position themselves as someone you can trust without hesitation. The warning signs appear slowly. They rarely reveal their true thoughts. They wait for you to speak first, so they can shape their response around your words. They shift their personality depending on who they are with. They praise your emotional honesty, but avoid showing their own. Everything feels familiar, yet nothing feels grounded. You start noticing that they always agree with your values, but never stand by them when you are not around. Their support feels wide but not deep. Their loyalty feels loud but not rooted. Once the illusion cracks, you see that the closeness was built on performance, not connection. Learning this lesson sharpens your awareness. You stop getting flattered by fast emotional bonding. You watch for consistency instead of charm. You give trust slowly and expect authenticity, not imitation. And you realize that real loyalty comes from someone who brings their own identity to the table, not someone who copies yours. Some people act loyal only when the room is empty. They speak well of you in private conversations that carry no risk for them. They call you a friend when nobody is watching, send kind messages when things are quiet, and hold a warm tone that feels genuine. But the moment pressure enters the space, their loyalty collapses. When someone attacks you, they stay still. When someone twists your name, they say nothing. Their silence speaks louder than their private praise. This type of supporter wants the comfort of your closeness without the weight of standing beside you. They enjoy your presence, your energy, your insight, and your wins, but they do not want the responsibility that comes with real loyalty. Their fear of losing social approval always overpowers their connection to you. They care more about staying liked by the crowd than staying true to the bond they claim to have with you. You notice this behavior in group settings. When your character is questioned, they look down instead of stepping in. When your work is criticized unfairly, they avoid taking your side. When someone spreads a rumor, they listen instead of shutting it down. They are loyal as long as loyalty stays quiet. Once noise shows up, they hide. You start seeing that their support was never solid. It was soft, convenient, and fragile. You were someone they wanted access to, not someone they were willing to protect. They liked the benefits of connection, not the duty that comes with it. This lesson does not harden your heart. It sharpens your judgment. You learn to value the person who speaks up when it matters, even if their voice shakes. You learn to let go of the person who only stands beside you when the room is safe. Real loyalty does not whisper in private. It shows up in the open. Some people present themselves as partners, while secretly seeing you as a threat. They talk about teamwork, unity, and shared goals, yet every move they make is designed to keep you one step behind them. Their compliments feel supportive, but their actions tell a different story. They suggest ideas that slow you down. They give advice that benefits them more than you. They smile during success, but their eyes calculate your progress like a scoreboard. Hidden envy does not explode. It slips into the room quietly. It shows in the way they question your decisions with a soft tone that sounds helpful. It shows in the way they celebrate you only when your wins stay small. The moment your success grows past their comfort, their energy shifts. They become guarded, distant, and careful with information. They want your progress controlled, so it never reaches a level that outshines their spotlight. You see this behavior at work, in friendships, and in creative projects. The so-called ally pushes you toward tasks that drain you while they take the visible roles. They hold back important details that would help you. They delay things that matter to your growth. They shape the environment so they always stay ahead, even if they pretend you are moving together. The danger lies in the disguise. You trust them because they talk like a teammate. You think both of you are building something side by side, but underneath, they measure every step you take, making sure you do not pass them. This lesson teaches you to watch patterns, not promises. Real collaboration feels balanced and open. Fake collaboration feels heavy, uneven, and strangely competitive. Once you notice this dynamic, you stop shrinking yourself to keep the peace. You start choosing partners who want mutual strength, not quiet control. Some individuals stay connected to you only because you provide something they need. It might be advice, status, support, comfort, or access. As long as you are useful, their loyalty looks strong. They respond fast, they act warm, and they speak like they value the bond. But the moment your benefits fade, their behavior shifts without hesitation. Their interest slows. Their energy weakens. Their presence dissolves, like it was never genuine. This type of relationship feels steady on the surface, yet everything underneath depends on what you can give, not who you are. You start noticing it when you pull back. When you stop fixing their problems, they stop showing up. When you stop offering resources, their tone cools. When you face a season where you need support instead of offering it, they suddenly become distant or unavailable. Their loyalty was never emotional. It was simply transactional. You see this pattern in work settings when colleagues stay close because your position benefits them. You see it in friendships where you are valued for your stability, not your character. You see it in family connections, where respect appears only when you provide something valuable. The relationship was never balanced. It was a one-sided exchange dressed up as loyalty. The pain comes from the realization that the bond you thought was mutual was actually dependent on your usefulness, but this realization also brings clarity. You start understanding that real loyalty comes from those who stay even when you have nothing to offer, those who stand beside you when you have no advantage to give, those who value you without expecting a return. This lesson does not make you cold. It makes you wise. You stop overgiving. You stop carrying people who vanish the moment the benefits run out, and you begin investing your time in those who choose you, not those who use you. You just walk through 7 layers of loyalty's illusion, and every one of them ties back to the deeper machinery behind the laws of power. But knowledge sitting in your mind changes nothing until you act on it with precision. Here is your assignment. Do not try to master all 7 insights at once. Choose the single red flag that connects closest to your current battle, the one you keep denying because admitting it would hurt. Study that pattern for 7 days straight, paying attention to behavior, not words. You protect yourself by observing, not by reacting, and understand this with absolute clarity. These principles are not about turning you into a manipulator. They are about shielding you from harm. You are not learning how to control the innocent. You are learning how to recognize the subtle ways harmful people operate. You are building a mind that sees through charm, pressure, guilt, and emotional theatrics. Picture a world where good people understand power as deeply as those who weaponize it. That is the future you are building every time you refuse to be naive. Now you face 2 paths. The first is the path of the unaware. The person who trusts too fast, forgives too easily, and wakes up wondering why betrayal keeps finding them. The second is the path of the strategically awake, the version of you who studies intention, reads patterns, and refuses to be controlled. The choice lives with you now. Which version do you start building tomorrow morning? Before you go, remember to like this video if the message hit you where you needed it. Subscribe and tap the bell so you do not miss the next deep dive into power psychology. And tell me in the comments, which of the 7 red flags struck you the hardest? Stay sharp. Stay ethical. Stay 10 steps ahead.